Aloha, and welcome to the Harry and Jeanette Weinberg Foundation Multimedia Center here at PBS Hawaiʻi. I'm Ron Mizutani. Really, this wahine needs no introduction, but I am just absolutely humbled, tickled, all the adjectives above, because growing up, and I'm not going to say when I was a
little boy,
because that's not true, but you were and still are one of the finest entertainers ever to come out of the islands.
Thank you.
You know, Melveen Leed. I can go down your resume and, you know, Female Vocalist of the Year, 1978, 79, 81, 84, 87, Hawaii Five-0, you know, Vegas, Japan, California, the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. You have performed everywhere.
Even in Russia.
Even in Russia.
Yes, and Bulgaria. Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
But performing in the islands is always dear to your heart, is it not?
Always. That's why I've had offers from, you remember the Ed Sullivan show?
Of course.
I was asked to go on the Ed Sullivan show, and I said, no, I don't want to leave Hawaii.
Wow.
Really. And also to go on several other talk shows, you know. And I said, I didn't want to leave Hawaii. And I had an offer to go to the Desert Inn, and they were going to groom me to sing in the top of the Desert Inn, Sky Room, yeah. And to groom me to go into the main showroom to be and these were like 5 moguls that, you know, wanted to put money. And I said, no, I want to go back to Hawaii, really.
Local girl.
Yeah.
Local
and I thought to myself, if I leave and everybody else leave, who's going to be home to entertain?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about that because Melveen has agreed to stick around, talk story with us, and share some mana'o, but also sing some songs. But I want to talk about that time because it's a very special time. Thank you for being a part of Na Mele 25.
Oh,
25
it's an honor.
years.
It's an honor. Has it been 25 years?
PBS Hawaiʻi has been delivering.
Oh my gosh.
Capturing Hawaiian icons like you, singing music of the islands. So very special.
What I'm glad about is that it's in done already, you know, and it'll always be available for everybody to see. Forever. Thank goodness for modern technology, you know.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Since you say that, hey, let's go back to 2007 in November when Melveen took us to Molokai, Waikiki, Hiʻilave, and a whole lot more.
Hano kauai mano kalanipo ki hapai
It means a country girl. You can take the country girl. I'm from Molokai, the island of Molokai, and I'm a country girl. You know, you can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country out of me. You know, that's exactly what it means to me. Hey, let's do my Molokai song, okay? Okay, for all you Molokai people out there, this is for you.
E pa mai me ki ai a he au he ku pua kala u e kamakani e pa mai me ki ai a he au he ku pua kala u anani na hono a o pilani ke ku ki la ki lai ka o pua o ku pua ku pui ai ai la ni kaula o ka hete vai o Na Mele, no one can love me. Who me hana away can hold. Like a picona, who I give me more I do. Hey, hope no, come again, my make I who are Kala. Hey, mai me ki ai a he au hea pupua kala Wanani na hono a o pilani ke kuki laki lai ka o pua O kupu kupui ai ai lani kau O ka hene mai o lula na mali Uari ke no wali ke na me kupu ni hana He po ke lai ka piko na kuhi Le molaka inui a hina a haina I ka veine E hoi no wau e pili E hoi no wau e pili Ai. But Hawaiian music to me is, I gotta say this. I think it's the most sweetest music you can really find in the world. That's what I can say that. That's my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree. Everybody out there say, Come on, when
He taught me this version. I've never heard anybody do it in this version. I'm doing it typical Gabi Pahinui style, how he taught me. And I'll never forget the night when he passed away, that day. That night I had to perform at the Ala Moana Hotel, and I sang this song in his version in a slow tempo, and I could see his face in my spotlight, smiling at me. You know, it was a night I'll never forget.
Down a little bit, okay? Okay, key of C, okay? You guys know what that key is?
Different key.
He aloha e ana waula, aloha kupua ka ilimala, he moa ni te ala I ka polila, uhe uhene I ka vai o ia pua. Uiau koni koni ka vai koni koni vai hui o ke anian. Uiau I ka vai hui o ke aniani. He aloha a e ana waula, aloha kupua tubarosela, he moa ni te ala I ta polila, uhe uhene I ka vai o ia pua. Ahu iau koni koni ka vai koni koni vai hui o ke ania. Hui iau I ka vai hui o ke ania. Tunne tunne I savai tunne ase ase I oceania. Hui au I ka vai hui o ke ania. Hui au I ka That was so nice. Vai hui o ke aniani.
Well, I learned to play the ukulele when I was 3 years old. My grandfather made a ukulele for me, and my grandmother used to call me into the house to play for her guests all the time. And 3 years old, there I was strumming on my ukulele, singing for the guests, and everybody was uncle and auntie. In fact, I grew up, I didn't know who was my real uncle and auntie at that time. I thought everybody was my uncle and auntie. And the ukulele was my first instrument that I ever really played.
You was no piano ahi. Oh, you was no plenty songs, eh?
Anything.
Right on. Okay, we try them then. Okay. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. A.
Hey, here we go.
Again. Okay.
Everything A.
Everything A. Okay. And Halloween. Huki mai kaheli uma. Ho'oma kau kau. You heard what I said? Nah.
Ready.
Holowaku. No ke ano ahi ahi, ke aloha la, I ka hali ali a ana mai. No ke ano ahi ahi, ke aloha la, I ka hali ali a ana mai. Ha'ina ka inoa, ke ali'ina, no ka lanilu na lilo, ke inoa. Ha'ina ko inoa, ke ali'ina, no ka lanilu na lilo, ke inoa. Ha'ina ko inoa, ke ali'ina, no ka lanilu na lilo, ke inoa. Was that hot or what?
Oh, that's Bella.
When I sing Waikiki, I go into a mode where I have flashbacks of all the entertainers that we lost. Because I remember see, I'm getting teary now. Because I remember the days when we used to go and support each other. We used to run across the street and support each other's shows when you could hear the music in Waikiki and Kalakaua Avenue coming out of the woodwork. You know, and I used to be performing, we all worked on the strip, Kalakaua Avenue in Waikiki, right in the heart of Waikiki. And you don't hear it anymore. That's really sad.
Waikiki, at night when the shadows are falling, I hear your rolling surf calling. It's calling and calling to me. Waikiki, 'tis for you that my heart is yearning. My thoughts are always returning out there to you across the sea. Your tropic nights and your wonderful charms are ever in my memory, and I recall when I held in my arms an angel sweet and heavenly, Waikiki. My whole life is empty without you. I miss that magic about you, that magic of Waikiki. There's a feeling deep in my heart, stabbing at me, oh, just like a dart. It's a feeling heavenly. I see memories out of the past, memories I know that always will last, of a place beside the sea. Waikiki. My whole life is so empty without you. I miss that magic about you, that magic beside the sea, magic of Waikiki.
I used to go to Gabi Pahinui's house before, a lot. And his wife, Emily, I used to call her Mama Emily. She used to call me at all times of the day and say, baby, come eat, I made stew for you. So I'd drop everything and go to her house because I know that the meal is going to be really good. And not only that, I know that I'm going to spend time with Pops, which was very valuable to me. I learned a lot from him because after we would eat, we'd sit down and, in fact, one moment really comes to mind, very precious moment. We were sitting there, just about to eat our food, and we'd pray, and then I'd say, Pops, where's the salt and pepper? He says, baby, the pa'akai is salt, is right there, but if you want pepper, just pound the wall, the termite eggs will fall into you.
Alohe mai o maukele. Kumakaka ikenaya ilave. Kapapa alohe mai o maukele. Pakele mai awa isanui. Ai, vai, Gumagaga ikenaya ahilale. Haina haia maia nakapuana su. Gumagaga ikenaya ahilale. Hilale, hilale,
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
What you guys missed was me hitting that note.
Yes.
Oh, we hit him.
You stood up, huh?
Barely. You can still hit that note.
Of course.
Of course you can.
Of course.
Hey, not bad.
My protege.
Welcome back, my protege. I would love to be considered your protege. We are back live here, and does that give you good memories just to see that your daughter and everybody else?
Yes, I want to cry. I'm crying inside from so much joy, you know, to see this, that we can preserve this,
Yes,
you know.
indeed.
Oh. And I didn't have white hair.
Well, back then I probably had a lot more hair, so
You're
it's
catching
all
up.
good. But you know, we look back at 25 beautiful years of preserving Hawaiian music.
Yes.
And many times we've lost some of our artists who have participated in Nā Mele.
Very much.
Hawaiian music is the pulse of who we are.
Yes.
And you have been all over the globe. And we talked about it a little earlier. Hawaii is still very much in your koko, in your veins.
I was at the right place at the right time. I was brought up. I'm so glad because from the days of Hawaii Calls, I learned a lot. They were all my teachers.
Yes.
Although I never took voice lessons or music lessons of any kind, of any instrument, you know, I learned from watching and hanging out with, even for like jazz, I hung out with Sarah Vaughan and Carmen McRae.
Oh my gosh,
you know?
big names.
Yeah, and I did a show with Nancy Wilson here in Hawaii, and you know, these are names that, and Vic Damone, and I learned a lot from everybody.
You know, the beauty of that time was Waikiki was alive.
Oh.
And local music was center stage. And you guys used to, like you shared, go from showroom to showroom,
Yes.
you know, paina, and then run back and do your own
Oh
gig.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You miss those days?
Of course I do. Yeah, and it was fun, you know. And if we made a mistake, we don't care. We just kept on going. It's not our show, you know what I mean?
Right.
But those days, like I said, talking about teachers, like from Queen Surf days with Sterling Mossman, then Don Ho was one of my biggest influence. I saw the way he handles his audience and everything. I watched him, you know. And he told me one day, he says, Mel, why don't you go and do what I'm doing? I said, are you crazy? And look at what I'm doing now on Facebook. Exactly what Don is doing, yeah.
You had, well, he probably said like, hey, baby, you're going to do that for us. I got a couple of questions, and we like the questions, so keep them coming. Luke has asked, what is your most memorable performance? Thanks, Luke, for the question.
Memorable, in Bulgaria.
Bulgaria, what happened?
They had a 65-piece orchestra ready for me.
Oh, my.
And this is before I went to Bulgaria. I was told that, I know they didn't tell me that they had a 65-piece. All they said was, you're going to sing. I said, okay. So I figured, well, you know, going to be easier, just get a piano player, you know. So when I got there, they said, we have a 65. I said, 65 pieces? And to save the embarrassment, because I was representing Hawaii, and I said, it was a song festival that was held in Russia. But anyway, and I said, 65, so Bob Nelson and I went. He wrote Hanalei Mooncake.
Yes.
And Bob said, what you gonna do? I said, watch me. So I said, you know what? I don't need the orchestra because everybody else is using the orchestra. I want to be very simple. It's to be simple because I've done orchestras all the time. I told him this.
Yeah.
And of course, Bob's on the side like, oh. And I said, I just need a piano, bass, and drums, that's all. They said, really? I said, yes. What song are you going to sing? I said, they wanted to hear me sing jazz, yeah? So I said, I'll sing, oh, I can't remember the saying. There's someone to watch over me. But the stage was beautiful. It was in Bulgaria. And they had a half cone like, and I stood here like this. That's me. and it was, the audience is there, it was like this, and then it slowly went around.
Nice.
But I had rehearsed with the band earlier, yeah, with those three-piece. And then when I went to take my place, they were far away from me, and I thought, oh, what is my key? Oh no. So I said, oh my gosh, I don't know my key. So I just went for it. And I said, there's a da-da-da saying, oh, da-da-da. I walked down the stairs, came with my beautiful white sequins gown, came all the way down into the microphone. I goes, there's a somebody I'm... And then they went, long, it was the key. That was my most best moment, yeah.
Was always A though. Yeah. Was it always A? The key of A? No. No. You know, Robert Pennybacker, who helped produce that particular episode of Na Mele, said you are one of the finest jazz artists in the world.
Oh,
and
nice
and
of him.
that goes to show you your talent. I mean, you in country, you could sing the genres that you sang.
Jazz was my first love.
Jazz is your
though,
first
you know.
love, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Because I had good, I learned from Bernie Hellman when I performed with that dance band. That was my first gig in Waikiki at the Hilton Hawaiian Village. It was called the Garden Bar. And this Bernie Hellman was well known. They just came back from Rome and they were doing a lot of jazz numbers and everything. So, and I went in, it's a long story, but to make it long, fast forward, he called me up to sing because my mother sent a note to the drummer to tell him to call me up to sing. And my first song was Pennies from Heaven or something. I did that with Sterling Mossman. It's Sterling Mossman. Did I tell you this story?
No.
Sterling, he called me up. My girlfriend said, she sent a note, said, call Melveen up. She's good. And I didn't know. I wasn't singing anyway. I was the secretary, yeah, for the resident manager at Hilton, at Kahala Hilton. And so she said, Melveen Leed, he said, what song are you going to sing? And I said, he was with Pappy Bowman and all these great singers, Vero, Tiki. And I said, oh, Pennies from Heaven. What key? I said, huh? He said, key, you know, like room key, don key, what? I said, I don't know. And he says, what tempo? I said, huh? I didn't know what tempo was. He said, well, just sing. So I said, okay. Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. I went, doo-doo water. He said, stop the music, stop the... What the
is
hell
that?
is doo-doo water?
Doo-doo water, that's a whole different story, Melveen. You know, I could talk story with you all day long about your fondest memories of Waikiki, the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, you've been everywhere. You've performed. You know, when you look now, because now you do Facebook.
Yeah.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday, since 2016.
Boy, I could barely log on to computers back then, but you have an audience worldwide joins
worldwide, yes.
you. Amazing.
Yeah, and I have themes every week. Yeah, I do oldies but goodies, and I do Hawaiian. And this past Sunday, I did for all the hula dancers from all over the world.
My goodness. So this
I did
live
old
streaming
songs.
is
Oh,
nothing
live,
new to you.
live, yep, yeah.
I want to get to a couple more questions because you stick around, please, because Melveen has just agreed to sing a couple of songs, and you're going to have Kumuhula dancing as well.
Oh, yes.
This is interesting. I like this question. Thank you, Christina. Is there anything you wish you could tell your younger self as you were starting out in the music industry? You just shared when you kind of broke onto the scene. Now that you look back, what would you tell young Melveen?
I wish the question was, what lesson did I learn?
That's right up the alley.
Okay, okay. Is when I was young, I learned a very bitter lesson. I started not flirting, but I was singing to this one guy, and because he was good looking, you know, and everything. I was singing. Well,
I like this already.
He was married, and the wife was furious.
Oh boy.
And I learned my lesson from that, and she told me off in front of everybody, and I was so embarrassed, and I never ever did that again.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
You'll never forget that.
Never forget that. I could have beat her up, but
Right, you know, the tita from Molokai would have said.
yeah, but she was right.
going
You know what I
back-
mean? She
yeah.
was right. I wouldn't want anybody to do that
True.
to me. Yeah.
True.
And so I learned that. But the thing is, what's the question again? She asked.
But your biggest lesson learned for
Yeah,
you.
that was it.
And
That
what
was
would you
it.
tell a young Melveen today?
Oh, Melveen, to not do that. You know what I mean?
You still kolohe.
Obvious. Huh?
Yeah, but you know what?
Stupid.
Lesson
You know,
learned.
lesson learned.
Chuck down and up.
Yeah.
That's what my tutu used to say. That's what teach. And what other languages can you sing?
Oh, I sing about maybe 16, 17 languages, so maybe 18 around there. Yeah, different languages. Yeah, but I don't know what I'm singing about. One time, I gotta tell you a fast story, can I?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, this Chinese guy hired me to perform for his birthday, so he lives in San Francisco. He was kind of rich. He brought his whole family, and they hired, he rented that room, that Chinese restaurant down Chinatown.
Yes.
That
Which one?
famous one, the big one, the China. It's called China, I think it's called, whatever it's called. But anyway, it's popular. Everybody goes there. And so, so I learned a Chinese. I went to the, you know, DuckDuckGo. It was Google that time.
Yes.
I looked, I said, oh, there's this Chinese song. I'm going to learn it, short song. So I learned it. And then finally I said, okay, I have a song for you for your birthday. I learned it special for you. So I said, a Chinese song. Ho! The ears all came up, like the workers and the owner. So they were all lined up against the wall. So I'm singing this Chinese song, na 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 na. And when I finished, it was quiet. And I said, I looked at all the workers, the Chinese workers. I said, did you folks understand a word they said? All their heads went. And I said, well, it's because you're not from my province. That's why you don't know my dialect.
But maybe Cantonese, maybe, or Mandarin.
I don't know what the heck
What
that
it was.
was. But
You know, I have to ask, and I do it with all due respect. I want to make sure your privacy is honored. But you shared several years ago with Leslie,
Yes.
on long story short, that you were diagnosed with leukemia.
yes.
How is your health today?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah?
Yeah. And, you know, it's something that we can't help. And it's, you have it, you have it. You just got to live with it and do the best you can. And I got a very good doctor, Dr. Yee. He's my oncologist.
Yes.
And he told me, he says, Melveen, I wish all my patients were like you. You come in with such a happy, you know, you have to. You have to fight it the best you can, you know. I'm not saying that everybody can think like me, you know. But the best way, my advice to all of you out there that have leukemia or some kind of just fight it by having a good attitude, you know, and pray and say your prayers every day, not only for yourself, mainly for other people, because it's other people that come first, you know what I mean? And you get rewarded, yeah. I'm very surprised that I'm still living with this illness that I have. But you know what? God left me here for this purpose. I have a mission to accomplish and to make people happy. So I'm doing it through my music.
And you'll always do it. Music is healing. The power of prayer is healing.
Yes.
Coming together as a family,
Yes.
as Ohana, in this case, is healing as well. And I'm so grateful that you are still here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're a blessing to all of us.
I can't
You have been for
believe,
many,
I can't
many
believe
years.
I'm 80 now. I mean, I'm
80?
going to be 81. Yeah, I'm going to be 81
Oh,
in July.
You look good.
Well, when my lips curl, you're not going to
That's still your teeth,
Oh,
though.
hello.
That's your teeth. You know, my grandma used to take off her teeth. I was like, oh, what are you doing? But that is your grill. Okay. You know, I'm gonna wrap it up in a bit, but I want to just say one more thing to you, and I could talk story with you all day. And again, thank you for joining us.
Yes,
out there.
thank you.
This is good fun. When you look back at the people that you've worked with alongside, and Lowell Garner, and some of the big names as well, what will stand out to you as the moment when you said, "Thank you, God, for giving me this gift of voice"?
When I was able to sing, and I still am doing this, singing for what do you call that? People who are dying.
Yeah.
I sing for them, strangers even, over the phone, and I sing their songs. And I had a telephone rigged up in the Garden Lanai at the Alamona Hotel at my show at that time. And I would go and call, in the morning I would call the different hospitals to see who was terminally ill.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who they are. And then I'd sing to them, get permission from the nurse or the doctor, and then I'd get permission from them, and then I'd sing to them that night. I have my audience without disclosing who they are and what hospital they're in. And like if his name was Joe, hi Joe, okay. My audience would say, aloha Joe. And I say, okay Joe, that was for you. Everybody said hello. I'm gonna sing my song. What song you wanna hear? And if he doesn't, I say, I'll pick one for you. So I do. And then I do that one song, and then I have, the next morning I go to the hospital to visit that person to see who I was singing to. And I take a little record. I have a small little record that I give to the family. But I still do that. But I don't go to the hospitals now. It's so dangerous now for me to go any place that's with a lot of people.
That's the servant heart in you. That's the Molokai in you as well, is to give back. You know, I have to share that the jewelry you see on Melveen, you make that.
Yeah.
And you told me that the shell,
These are the
pearl,
babies.
you dove.
No.
No, not that one.
I dived.
You
I
dived.
dived, yes.
You have
I did dive.
Yeah.
I was diving. I was a free diver.
Okay.
Yeah, 55 years old. I was living in Aratika. It's an atoll outside of Tahiti. They have different atolls.
But you would gather your own shell.
Oh, this is all on the shore, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was living on a pearl farm. And so they would shuck all the things, and then the babies would fall, and they would go to the shore, and I'd pick them all up, and I brought it all back home with me.
And you make them and you give them away
Yes.
as gift.
Yes.
That's awesome. You're going to be around a long time. Yeah, long time. Mahalo nui for being a part of Nā Mele 25. And,
My pleasure.
you know, when we reached out to you and you responded so quickly and said, yes, let's do this. We were so happy.
Yes, and my advice, can I give
Yes,
advice
please. Give
to
it.
all the singers out there, men or women,
Yes.
especially you young ones, number one, sing from your heart, because if it's from your heart, it reaches the heart. And love what you do and do what you love. Do what you love and love what you do, yeah. And you know, and also dress properly and represent Hawaii in the best way that you can, you know, and like I say, keep your feet to the ground and feel the dirt between your toes, because that's your aina.
Yes.
And remember where you came from. Always remember, and stay humble. Yes.
And get that sand. Well, if you like sand or dirt.
That dirt, whatever.
Yeah,
That's
but make sure that toes are flat and dig in.
and that's to feel the aina, the mana, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you give me chicken skin.
And speaking of that,
What's
the
that?
dancer that I brought today,
Kumu.
he's like my Hanai son. You talk about humble. He is one of the most humblest person I've ever met. And I love this boy. I really love him. And he's a kumuhula, a well-known kumuhula. And he's so sweet. His disposition, I just fell in love with his disposition, you know. So I'm honored to say that he's my Hanai son.
Okay,
really.
we're going to see Kumuhula James De La Cruz joining us in a bit. I want to thank you one more time, mahalo nui. I'm going to step away. You're going to step up
Yes.
and perform live right here in our studio.
Mahalo.
I'm going to give you a hug.
Oh, thank
Mahalo
you.
nui. And
Aloha.
again,
Thank you. Aloha.
thank you for all of the gifts through the years.
Thank you. Mahalo.
You can take the tira out of Hawaii, but you cannot take Hawaii out of the tira. Something like that.
Yeah, something
like that. Okay.
This song is dedicated in the memory of Lahaina and Maui and Kula and wherever the disasters hit. And I just want you to know that we love you and our heart is with you and ho'omanawa nui, okay? And we love you. This song is called Lahaina Luna, written by my good friend Kui Lee. I present to you Kumuhula James De La Cruz. I am going to the island of the valley, to Lahaina, Lahaina Luna, where the mountains are green. You will find me in Lahaina, Lahaina Luna. They say Maui no ka'oi, and I agree that Maui no ka'oi is the only place for me. That's where you'll find me, down by the seaside, watching the moon rise, the twinkling starlight, the morning sunrise, the golden sunset in Lahaina, Lahaina Luna.
They say Maui no Kaoi, and I agree, 'cause Maui no Kaoi is the only place for me. That's where you'll find me, down by the seaside, watching the moon rise, the twinkling starlight, the morning sunrise, the golden sunset in Lahaina, Lahaina. Mahalo. The next song I'm going to sing is dedicated to all of you, our audience, who made it possible for us to be where we are today. Because if it weren't for you, our audience, we would not be here today. We would not be where we are today. And this song I sing on behalf of all the singers all over the world. Now I want you to picture you sitting there and the singer, your favorite singer, on stage singing this song to you. Listen to the lyrics. It's called I Am a Singer. I am a singer. I work at night. I stand in front of you and hold my notes up to the light. I tune up all my secrets and I hang it on my voice. I have no other talent. I have no other choice. I am a singer. I do the ballads. I do the blues. You know, no matter what, I've got a song for you to choose. I step inside my feelings and spread my story out. And when the chorus calls me, it proves without a doubt I am your singer. I remember every melody that ever danced my way, like last night's concert to my part in the high school play. I remember every songbook that I lived through page by page, and how I came to love you once you led me on this stage. I am your singer. I sing your songs. I bring the words to life, to right here where it belongs. I work for your attention and I wait for your applause. You have me by my music and I need your love because I am a singer. I remember every melody that ever danced my way, like last night's concert and my part in the high school play. I remember every songbook that I lived through page by page, and how I came to love you once you led me on this stage. I am a singer. I sing your songs. I bring the words to life, to right here where it belongs. I work for your attention, and I wait for your applause. You have me by my music, and I need your love because I am your singer. I am a singer. I am a singer.
Wow. Thank you. If I didn't have this thing, I would sing it. And even more.
Wow, that's that. Kumo, you can come real quick. I want to mahalo you too as well, because we appreciate your being here as well. What a blessing to have both of you here. You know, I want to thank you again for your willingness to share not only your gift of hula and song and dance, but your heart. And we always know that's what Melveen's going to give you is her heart. I need to read you one last message. It says, "Hi, Mom."
Oh my
I'm
God.
getting goosebumps. It's Kaula. I'm so sorry I could not be there to dance hula for you today, but you look beautiful. I love you, Mommy Roo.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kaula. I love you, my
Love
baby.
you. That she calls you Mommy Roo.
Yes, I call her Baby Roo. Yes.
Not kangaroo, but Mommy
no,
Roo.
Mommy Roo.
Okay. Well, folks, again, thank you for being a part of this special day as we celebrate Nā Mele 25. And we're so grateful for not only artists that have shared their gifts through the years, but most of all, we're also thankful for you because you, like you just shared, are the reason why we're here today.
Oh,
And
thank
that's to
you.
provide
Thank
that
you.
gift.
Aloha, everybody. I love you all. Thank you.
We'll see you very soon. Mahalo to our sponsors, Hawaiian Airlines, First Hawaiian Bank, Parker Ranch, and of course, First Insurance Company for helping us bring this kind of content to you, even here live streaming. Oh,
That's great.
PBS, we have arrived.
Yes.
That's some high-tech stuff. All right,
High-tech.
until next time. Aloha.
Aloha.
Thank you so much.